But I was really excited. We're doing a Mercurey Rouge. I've actually only ever tried Mercurey Blanc. Obviously just Pinot and Chardonnay once again. But what makes Mercurey so special or different or all those things?
I think because it comes from the Côté de Châlonnais, it's a very underrated appellation.
And where's...
And the very southern part again.
Southern part,
yeah.
okay.
So it's down there. You've got Rouge, Mercurey. You start to move into Vieux-Clisset, where we started before with Luny. But Mercurey has this beautiful energy about it.
Cool, the name like Mercury.
Underweight by reputation, underweight by price,
Yeah.
and underweight by understanding.
Okay.
Excuse me. This is actually, when I look at my go-to wine for a Tuesday night pasta or pizza.
Oh, really?
This is where I go to. Yeah.
So we're not going to Italy for that. We're just going to go and sit in
Well,
Burgundy for
this
that.
could probably push a good Barolo or Chianti around the ridges, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be I'm the perfect Chianti and pizza kind of girl.
Yeah.
So let's see what this can do. Still 100% Pinot Noir. Is the
100%
soil
Pinot Noir.
different? Like, have you brought a different piece of soil today?
no.
Or
The soil's
both?
a little bit more that sandstone flinty flavour look at.
Okay.
But I love Mercury because no one understands it. It's been the poor cousin for a long time.
Poor cousin.
When you start to talk about the big guys and in New St George,
Yeah.
people gravitate towards Charlemagne, Corton, all the big names.
Yeah.
And they forget that there's other beautiful regions. Like we haven't spoken about Marseille and Fixin to the north, two of my favourite appellations and villages.
I like that you like the places that aren't known.
Well,
Like,
that's what
you're the
yeah.
fan of the places that aren't
Correct.
as famous. Awesome. Straight away on the nose, it's much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like baby powdery on the nose. Like it's
Talcum
got that
powder?
really
Yep.
talcum
Yep.
powder, that sort of character coming through on the nose. Lots of fruit still, like lots of that purple fruit coming through. It's so funny. Like I think of Pinot and I think just sour cherry, but none of these have really just been sour cherry. None of them.
No,
They're all
no.
so much more complex than that. They've got all that whole thing of fruit going on. But that talcum powder is so interesting.
Yeah, it's
and that would be from terroir too,
it is
right? From
terroir.
the soil, from the shale or the...
from
what did you call that thing before?
God, I've forgotten now.
The schist.
The schist.
Schist. The schist.
No, I to on my teeth. But if you look at that, you want to make a comparison before. When you drink a Pinot from Oregon from the Willamette Valley, it shows you all these purple fruits and purple flowers. You get the nasturtiums, the violets. You'll get the orange blossoms, the jasmines, all sitting through. People go, well, they add this stuff to the wine. I go, no. And it's endemic in the soil.
Yeah. Orange blossom, actually.
Orange blossoms,
Orange blossom.
yeah. And
That's
there's a
wild.
little
It's like
bit
mandarin.
of mint in there too.
Oh, absolutely. That is so interesting.
Yeah.
This is like light and like, if I think of the planet of Mercury kind of thing, this is, as you said, ethereal. Like this has got so many wild characters going on, things that I would normally associate with with white wine.
Yeah.
Like all those flowers, all that blossom, all that. Like this is beautiful. Like so light and.
Well, you've just nailed it because it's often referred to as the the red wine drinker's white.
Yeah, a white wine drink is
red. Yeah,
it is a white wine drink is red because it's really it's to me very similar to a white wine. Like it's got all those same characters, but it's got this beautiful soft acid, and it's really yummy.
It's gorgeous.
Really yummy.
It really is.
And in terms of price point, where does something like this sit?
This will probably pull into the excuse me, into the high 70s, 80s, maybe higher. It really depends on the retailers where they pitch it. Depending on where they are. At restaurant, I'd happily pay 160, 170, something like this. I'd have no problems with that.
Oh, it's stunning.
Not for the quality of what I'm drinking out there.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. Like really, really interesting. Actually, that's the best word I can use for that because it. I feel like this kind of bubble goes over my mouth. Yeah, like this.
You get the aluminum feeling.
That's what it is. It's this weird foil that goes over my mouth. But it just makes me want to drink more of it.
That's what it is, and the other thing you'll get there, and you get it particularly with the Chablis, is the saltiness.
Yeah,
and that saltiness puckers. I've got it here, and I've got the puckering in my lips, so I feel like a chipmunk right now because I've got the roof of my mouth is coated, I've got the puckering of the lips, and it's just like you see there going. That's your best thing is that it is inviting you back.
That's what it's like. I just want to drink it again. But how you get all that orange blossom and white flowers, and yet you still get all this beautiful red fruit and purple fruit, like that is and that powderiness as well. That is such an interesting wine. I'm stoked. That's awesome.
The other good part about Bichot too is that they are now certified 100% organic.
Oh.
Not all across their vineyards. It's a long process to do that, but majority of their vineyards are. And they've now, with the 2018 vintage, is the first of their organic wine making or production as well.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So that's not a plus. Does that make the wine better? No, just the wine. These are clean wines. So
yeah.
There's no additives. There's no pesticides, fertilizers, herbicides. In the winemaking, you're not adding tartaric acid, citric acid, flavourings, artificial yeast. This is pure 100% juice that comes from the terroir. Stole my words.
I love it. I love it. This has been such a treat and such a good education in Burgundy. The saddest thing is, I mean, we're going to just have to drink all these now.
Yeah, but the problem is I brought you the tip of the iceberg. We haven't really gone through Premier or Grand Cru.
I know. Okay, well, you're going to have to come back and do that again.
Okay, cool.
All right, so where can... okay, let's start from the beginning. If someone was going to start collecting, if they've just started collecting Burgundy, where do you think they should start here?
Look, I think you've got to look at it a couple of ways. So you've got to have wines you can have every day to drink. So, you know...
No, they want to cellar it.
Well, if they want to cellar it...
If they want to cellar it, they're just collecting, what are they going to cellar?
Then I jump into the Premier Crus, but it really depends on what price point, because the Premier Crus can, start to be at $80, $90. They can be $300, $400, depending on where you're coming from. Higher still.
Yeah.
You start to jump in the Grand Crus, you're going to be jumping into the thousands.
Look, no one's drinking Romani Conti, okay? We're not going to start at Romani Conti.
Well, have you seen the price of Romani Conti?
I do not want to see the price.
Last one was sold for 14,000 euros.
But see, I look at that, and I think we had this conversation the other day where I said, why is there the price on Chablis? And you said to me, how much would you, do you think it would cost for a hectare?
Yeah.
Right? So how much would you think a hectare costs? And I was like, I don't know, 10, 12 grand. And you're like, yeah, try
closer to nearly 7 million euros.
7 million euros for a hectare of land.
And that's in above Village and into Premier Cru. If you want to go Grand Cru, there was a hectare sold in Clos-Vougeot for just over 15 million euros.
Like,
so
that's wild.
We're in the wine world. I can buy 3 mansions in Port Piper for that.
I know, that's wild to me. Yeah. So really, Burgundian wine producers, it's not about the money, it's about the passion and the understanding. Because there's no way you're making money. Like, even if you're Romani Conti selling your first bottle for 10,000 euro, you're never making your money back for it.
Oh no, this is, and the same as Champagne-Noise for most of the Champagne-Noise winemakers, this is passion. These people, the Burgundians, are connected to their terroir. There's such an intrinsic important part of who and what they are. There's an inseparable association between the men and women of Burgundy and their terroir.
Unbelievable. No, that was awesome.